Hello, hello, hello. And thank you so much for tuning in. I am Dr. Kiki Singletary Williams, and it's always a pleasure to share with you. Thank you so much to those who shared a broadcast, who have responded, private message, and have had words to share about that particular broadcast. Hey, we are on all social media platforms, Quantum Talks 8.0. Please take a moment, like, share, subscribe. That way, every time we share something, you will definitely be alerted and notified that we are live or what's happening. So, today's topic I want to talk about knowing your circle. Knowing your circle. Okay? So, the goal is to provide positive inspiration that you could utilize in an array of facets, okay? I will also use this podcast as an opportunity to talk to some of my, not only the coaching clients, but also my professional business clients. It's important. So you will see this broadcast also on Kiki Michelle LLC, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, okay? You will see this broadcast on any number of our social media outlets because the goal is empowerment. So I want to talk about knowing your circle. We are intelligent beings, and whether you give yourself credit accordingly or not, you are an intelligent being. You're smart, you're gifted, you are talented, and you already have within you the tools, the mechanisms to be successful in life. I am a firm believer that when our creator gives you an idea, a thought, a presence, he fully expects for you to do something with it. Like, you're not just having these visions and being awakened out of your sleep with dreams and being called away in the midst of a million people with a thought and a plan for nothing. Our creator intends for you to do something with that information. So only a handful of people actually do so, okay? So if you have ever ventured out to step outside of the box to do something maybe that people around you have never done, or even those who've done it have kind of said, well, why would you consider that? Then congratulations, you are on the road to success. No matter what those results were, you've taken a first step. It's so important for us to understand that in the midst of our ideas and goals and bringing things to life, we are responsible for how we actually follow through. It's not enough to say, oh, well, I thought about doing that. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. That's not enough. We have to actually execute. What is your business plan? What is your strategic plan? What are your goals? Okay. So not only do I work with people with their business plans, I help with strategic planning. Okay. So the reason for this conversation today, I want you to understand that your circle, your sphere of influence is directly proportionate to how you are successful or not. Okay. If you have people around you promoting you to jump off the bridge and you know full well jumping off that bridge, you don't have on any life-sustaining gear, there's nothing down there to pad your fall, you understand clearly that if you take that jump, then guess what? It's not going to end well for you. Yet and still, we have people around us who are promoting our demise. And instead of recognizing it as such, we see that, well, that's my favorite niece, or, oh, that's my favorite nephew, or, oh, we go way back like rocking chairs. Instead of seeing, wait a minute, I can love this person, but if their advice does not promote the good of my goals or my business plan or my strategic plan or even the prayers that I pray, then it's probably time for me to step back and reevaluate and analyze the whole situation. People want you to be successful. They want to be able to brag and say, my so-and-so does such and such, or, oh, my such and such did that, right? but they only want you to have a certain measure of success. It's never the measure of success that you're in your mind may have an ideal towards succeeding towards. They only want you to be mediocre. They only want you to just try and then, of course, keep failing. You would be surprised at the people who will give you their shoulder to lean on and cry on, hand you the tissue to clean up your tears, but also after you've dispelled and shared and just poured of yourself and how you were treated in your negative experience, somewhere they are kind of happy that you are in that space. Doesn't mean everybody is, but there's a good majority of people. And remember, I'm talking about your circle, evaluating your circle. Who is in your circle? Okay, if you only can provide to me items and opportunities and suggestions and tools that don't support success for me in my life, my future, my legacy, guess what? It's time to kind of cut those ties, okay? Let's pump the brakes on what's going on here. You've got to be in a position to say, guess what? I am going to fully execute my plan, my goal. Why don't I have my prototype yet? Why haven't I brought to life this dream? Why haven't I started that business? Where's my book? Where's my movie? Where's my song? Where's my? If you've not started, you need to, at this moment, before we move any other day through the year, stop to evaluate why. Is it you or is it the people around you? Sometimes I hear people say, oh, well, you know, the biggest enemy and the biggest struggle people have is a person in your mind. True. But you also can be up under the influence of others and not understand their impact or their influence and how it impacts you. It is so important in this season for you to move towards your goals. Have you written them down? Have you taken steps to figure out how each part of that goal needs to be executed? There's going to be things in your strategic plan or your business plan or the goals that you have for yourself that can only happen through other measures. For instance, if I submit an application for something, I don't have the permission to run to the agency and approve it. I have to wait for that agency to get to it, assess it, approve it or not, right? So what am I doing after I submit that application, for example? Am I just sitting here 5 or 6 weeks waiting for a response? No, I should be able to go through certain parts of that goal, that dream, that business plan, that strategic plan, and see what it is I can do towards the success of the finished project, and also still, while I'm waiting for things beyond my control, be making certain traction and making the journey possible. What is happening is people, instead of saying, hey, do you need help? How can I assist you? Can I make a phone call or two for you? Do you want me to review your rough draft? Hey, let's see your first 5 or 6 months goals. Do you have a 3-week plan? What are your goals? Like, instead of doing or saying something towards your success, the first thing people do, they'll play on a weakness that you have. If it bothers you that you seem like you don't have anybody, they're going to play on that. Well, you know, where's your people at? They don't even support you in what you're trying to do. So how you going to go do X, Y, and Z? If they know that it bothers you because you're not getting the accolades and the supposed support that you're supposed to have, that you believe that you have, they'll play on that. Well, hey, you know, seems like you've been doing everything by yourself anyway. You building this thing, but who's going to come around to be a part of it? The enemy is so strategic in trying to cancel, to deplete, to delete, and destroy. And in this season, you don't have the pleasure, you don't have the time, you don't have the leisure, and you certainly do not have anything that will take to put energy towards that type of energy. Okay? Let me say it again. You don't have anything to put towards that type of energy. You have to be so sure of where you're going that unless something traumatic happens and there's this obvious sign from above that this is not what you should be doing, then you ought to move forward. Now, does that mean everything's going to go for, according to plan? Of course not. That's why God gifted the dream, the vision, the idea, the business plan, the strategic plan to you. Because no matter what comes up, you're going to be the one to make it work. We couldn't go down road A, for example. Okay, well, let me go ahead and skip over to road B. Let me keep going, okay? If I go to every road all the way up to road Z, guess what? Now I need to circle back to road AA. There is no such thing as stopping. There's no such thing as no success unless I will it to be. And that's where I want you to be at. The people in your circle sometimes can't see the vision. They've never done what you are endeavoring to do. So why are you so busy taking advice from them? Why is it so easy for you to fold up your business plan, tuck it deep down in your file cabinet, and put it up under your bed and never look at it again? Because you get one no, or you get laughed at 2 or 3 times, or they're talking about you and it's not good. Who cares? You have to be willing to pull something deep from within yourself, which is the gift, the dream that God gifted to you. You got to pull it up within yourself and see it as already completed. Now, I'll be frank with you. As many business plans and success strategies and strategic plans that I know I have been a part of for my clients, there is still things that, with all that goes into that process, that you just cannot foresee. It's okay. You have to be willing to roll with the punches. You got to be willing to go with whatever is going on and complete the task. Now, flood your mind with success strategies. I can. I will. It's already done. I'm just waiting for my approval. I'm just waiting for my renewal. Hey, in a moment, guess what? We'll be discussing our expansion. Flood your mind with things that even though you've not even really started, that you still begin to see, okay? And then what you also have to do is not despise humble beginnings. Now, that's something that's found in our word. And those who know me know that I lead from a place of faith, okay? It clearly states in the word of God, despise not humble beginnings. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that because it appears that somebody else started off on a grand stage and wow, they have just a 5,000 person grand opening, that is reality for most people. Some people start to get distracted and discouraged because guess what? It was just them and the landlord opening that building on grand opening day. So what? Be grateful for where you are and what you have, because you at least stepped out on faith, and God really does reward the things that we can control. Why would he allow you or anyone else, myself included, a 5,000 person standing room only grand opening when we've not taken care of the smaller tasks that he's asked us to be responsible for? We're looking for the great big payday, and what are we doing with the 5 or 10 cents that we have? How are we treating the 1 or 2 clients that barely call us twice a year? So we want to not despise or ill treat or mishandle the humble beginnings. We want to treat every customer, every client as a stellar customer. We should never get so big and bad and feeling ourselves and accomplished that we are actually crushing what we consider a customer, a client base, okay? Every interaction that you have, you never have any idea who you are speaking with, who you are around, what is attached to those conversations. When they leave you 2-3 weeks later, they might be in another meeting and decide, you know what, I met that person at such and such. You know, they were kind. They handed me their business card. Hey, I think we should reach out to them. Or, hey, I just saw someone and I realized how respectful they were. They were older than me, but guess what? They were very respectful and humble and gentle. Hey, let's give them a call. You never know where your blessings come from. You never know. So it's time, while we're at the beginning of the year and people are still trying to get their quote unquote strategic plans together and which direction are we going to tackle first? This is a consideration. Look and see who and what is in your circle. And when I say who and what, I want you to understand that sometimes our own choices, our own vices will prevent us from moving to the next level of what God truly has for us. We've got to be in charge of that. But we also have to be in charge of folks who are jealous. We don't want to talk about it. We want to call it hating. Oh, they tripping. But people sometimes can only survive off of your next negative story or the next negative report of you. Girl, did you hear about her? Because, ooh, child, ooh, right? They're empowered behind your struggle. How you seem to be going around in this circle and never going anywhere. How about empowering yourself? Writing down the things that you have on your list to accomplish for your life. Let's not worry about things that you're trying to accomplish for others. What are you trying to do for yourself? And then be committed to the success thereof. Okay? There's going to be times you're going to have to decline. There's going to be times you're going to have to cancel. There's going to be times you're going to have to say, you know what? I resign. It's okay. If things are not lining up to the goals, the path, the direction, the journey that our Creator has given to you, this is a time for you to say, you know what, let me pump the brakes on this. And it's really simple how to do it. If I know that I have people in my circle or things in my circle that are not conducive to my next, or the things that I'm working on in private, and every time I speak with somebody, they're just negative or always, oh, you still trying to do that, huh? Oh, you know, there is always just this kind of undercurrent of, I really hope you don't make it. Then when they call next time, that's what your voicemail is for. Handle your business, stick to a schedule, and you get back to them when you can, if you can, okay? Handle your business first. Or when people who probably you don't have the luxury of tuning them out or getting back to their voicemail, they're right there in your sphere of influence. Don't sit there and just absorb all the negative stuff. Be able to say, well, guess what? I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to bring it to fruition. I'm going to invite you to my grand opening. Well, we have some success here now. Or guess what? I got my first client. Oh, well, you know, be able to encourage yourself, but also, since the people sometimes want you to do okay, but not better than them, are closest to you, be willing to share with them in moderation. That's the problem. Some people overshare. You are sharing all of your tiniest details. You know, how many times you take your temperature, how many times, you know, you change your stocks. I mean, you're just giving people too much information. Allow them to find what you're doing by the level of success that you attain. There's no reason why we can't have anything that we say, because we are children, we are bodies, we are beings of the Most High. And if He resides in us, and He does, then we can literally speak to our situation and it can change. If I know I have all these things on my strategic plan and I'm having trouble getting motivated to do it, I've got to speak to my Creator about me and my situation and say, God, hey, I need help with this. Help me to be focused. Lord, grant me success in this area. Why are we so easy to talk to other people and not to God? He's in us. He has gifted you with something that is probably literally going to change someone's life. It's going to change someone's whole genetic makeup. It may change where they are located. It may change their mind. It may change somebody's health. Why are we sitting year to year, week to week, month to month, decade to decade with the things we wish we could do and not ever really doing them? We're blaming everyone else. Well, lean in, lean in, lean in. There's going to be always somebody to blame. But the difference is I can choose to blame someone and make an excuse, or I can put that same energy into my goal, my plan. Do I need to take a class? Do I need to freshen up on a certification? Do I need to look for a mentor? Is it as simple as logging through YouTube to see who's done it before? Is there any things that they learned that I could learn from? We got to take back the power that we've given people and especially the people and things in our circle, because here is the 411. If there is a complete stranger that just comes up to you and says, well, I heard you're trying to do such and such, I wouldn't recommend that, you would probably look at that person like they were just completely stupid. You would. Like, who are you even talking to me, right? You may listen, but it's not something that you normally are going to just take into your bosom and just coddle and say, oh my God, this stranger just told me such and such. You're going to write them off as crazy and keep going and work and doing what you're doing, right? But sometimes people that are closest to you are the ones that know how to say certain touch phrase, passphrase words to get you off kilter. There's a such thing as you might not get the support you think that you're going to get from this group and that group. That may be true, but I want to remind you of something. Our Creator has given us something that we can take from here and live a wonderful existence with. You know what that is? He's given us the gift of his presence. He said, greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. What do you mean? My great big God is going to make sure that he supplies all of my needs. He's going to bring me the ideas. He's going to bring me the way to execute it. He's going to bring me my team. He's going to bring me my strategic plan. He's going to tell me yes, no, maybe, hold. Okay? He's going to tell me the next steps. He's going to bring me my clients. He's going to bring me the things that I'm praying for. But if I am stuck in that circle of influence, that if I truly look around, none of them have done it. They're going to call you, 2 or 3 times a week. Hey, how's it going? Just checking. Hey, how's it going? What y'all doing? And they got a million questions. But what have they done? Have they done what you are endeavoring to do? In 2024, I just believe with everything in me that even if you have tried with little success for something in the past, this is not the time to just say, this is the time to say, you know what, let me switch course. Okay? I'm not gonna be upset because of somebody else's response to what God has gifted me to do or told me to do. What God has told you to do, and he's already made provisions for it, guess what? It may be the thing that changes generations for generations to come. And those same people who was, you're still at it, or keep trying, well, got all these little sidebar comments, they'll be the first ones. Oh man, I knew it. That's my girl. But while you're going through, only thing you could depend on from them was something negative, was something treacherous, was something of, well, I'll be praying for you. Keep your head up. Why are we believing the haters and the naysayers over the voice of God? Why are we leaning to our own understanding over the voice of our Creator? In this season and in the next, hear me, hear me, hear me. I don't care what's going on. Pray and praise is your weapon. Pray for direction and praise God for his protection. Also, keep working what God gave you. If the whole area around you is crumbling around you, continue to stay on task with what God instructed you to do, no matter what. Who comes, who goes, you stay there. And yeah, you're going to have to, make adjustments and amendments. So what? Everyone does it. That doesn't diminish the gifts that God gave you. It's called being smart. It's called making business and boss decisions. So I thank you again for listening, but I truly, truly, truly want you to live an empowered life. Stop living beneath your privileges. And we need to understand that Sometimes people want to say, oh, I'm blessed because they just got another $5, or, you know what I'm saying? It's monetary. But the blessing is being connected with the source. The source. God, who is my source, is going to supply every resource. So every single day is a blessed day. Every day that you're waking up, I don't care how that wake up process looks like. If you're jumping up and ready to just run, or if you got to get up and crawl and stand up and get yourself together and shake stuff out, the fact that you still woke up is a day for your Creator to reign supreme in your life. So let's put away all of the, I was gonna, I thought about it. And let's move into an action type of frame of mind, okay? We can have all the faith in the world we want to, but if there's no action, faith without works is dead. If I can be an awesome orator, but if I never use my words to bring in the life that God has spoken to me, so what? Use what you have. You're going to hear about and see and experience things that may never have entered into your imagination. But I promise you, as long as you keep going, you have to be successful. Imagine you can pull up any of some of the great stories and how they struggled. They had nothing. They were ostracized. They, were laughed off at a team practice, and they never was chosen, or they had an invention and people just laughed and nobody bought it, but guess what? They didn't just throw in the towel. They didn't drown themselves in, maybe so-and-so's right. You take what you have, figure out what you can do to revamp your plan. Sometimes that plan might have to be renewed, right? We might have to put some edits in that strategic plan. You might have to put edits in that business plan. So what? That's good. I pity the person who wants to just sit with the same strategic plan they've had for the last 50 years and not have made any progress, but not have made any adjustments. What is that for? Go forth with everything that you have in you, and don't be afraid to put yourself first. As long as you have a relationship with your Creator and you are following His precepts, His word, His standards, His guide, you can't do anything but be successful, because I am a firm believer that there is no failure in our God. And if that same God is in us, He's going to propel you to success. Sometimes we're sitting there standing in the way of our own blessings. We're sitting in the way of our own success. We're overthinking. We're giving credence to stuff and things that people have said to us, more power and more authority in our walk than we do with the God that we claim we serve. No more. No more. I am going to start from this moment, is what I want you to start thinking. I'm going to start giving God my first and my best. That's in your giving as well. You should be giving offerings. You should be giving tithes, okay? You should be helping the less needy. But we also, guess what? You're going to visit with your plan and your goals every single day. How on earth am I saying that I'm a such and such and I only get involved or even look at it twice a year? What is that? Something that means something to you, and it should mean a lot because the God of this universe gave it to you. You should be trying to work it every single day. I don't care. No excuses. From this point forward, no brakes, all gas. Now, does that mean you're going to have, some road bumps? Of course. So what? You stop at the stop signs. You pause at the yield signs. You slow down at the speed bumps, but you keep going. My friends, 2024 has already started off to be a big year of the reveal. Why don't we reveal ourselves and our true makeup to our Creator and give Him the better part of our attention so that He can bless what He's already placed in our hands. Go forth, be great, and check your circle. Who's in this boat with me? Is everybody rowing the boat with me? Or do I have some people who are sticking roadblocks down in the engine, or they're looking like they're paddling, but they're not paddling? We're supposed to be fishing. Everybody is throwing out their rod and bringing something in, but one or two people are still just acting like they're fishing and not contributing. You cannot be so open, and I'll talk about this next time. You cannot be so open that any and everything goes. You've got to be closed. You've got to be on your game. You've got to watch the door. Who's coming in? Who's in my circle? Is this something or somebody I want to align with? Have I done my research? Are these people for my best interest? Or are they just trying to get my secrets or my success or my connections or whatever it is they think in their mind so that they can go and do it on their own? So they can find dirt on me to spread rumors. Who knows? Consider your circle. This is a warning. Consider your circle and make adjustments accordingly. And here's another little tidbit for you. You don't need an excuse or explanation for putting yourself and your family and your goals and your God first. I don't have to explain that, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull away from this right now. I don't have to explain because I'm in tune with the Creator, and sometimes those disconnects happen holistically. So, but in this season, start speaking like you know you are a child of God. Start exercising your gifts. Start putting things into action that you can. Let's stop with the conniving and pulling down. People that are in your circle who are trying to pull you down, they have things within that they need to work on. But that will never be something that is anyone else's responsibility except for that person. And that's what people do. We go around owning everybody else's problems. So much so now we can't even do what we were supposed to be doing. Be authentically you and make it a priority to do it God's way. We sometimes never meet our goals because we're doing it our way. Or we're so busy getting information and advice from everybody that we're just sitting there trying to figure out, wow, which one do we do first? Instead of going directly to the source, who is our God. Check your circle and act accordingly. I only want to be on the winning team, and I know you do as well. Your family only wants to be on the winning team. The thing that God gave you, that gift, that miracle, that success, that building, that cure, whatever God has gifted you with, is designed to produce winners. So why are we sitting with the winning formula, the winning concept, the winning product, the winning service tucked down in our back pocket, talking about we'll get to it? Now is the time to get to it. Be deliberate about your delivery. Please make sure to share, like, subscribe, and guess what? If you need coaching, reach out, okay? Regarding your business, regarding business services, business practices. It can be something personal. It can, whatever you're going through, reach out. We are prepared to assist you. And I say we because I'm so grateful for my awesome family and the colleagues that God has placed around me. So if there are resources that I lack, guess what? I have people who can do it, who can help you, okay? And I don't mind saying, oh, great, well, let me get this information over to so-and-so, right? That's their wheelhouse. And that's just another thing. We got to focus on our wheelhouse. Quit trying to be like Miss So-and-so and Mr. So-and-so. Be who God effortlessly created you to be. I promise you there's greater success in that. Until next time, check your circle. Remember to pray and to praise. Bye-bye.